I'm still obviously riding that anger, the frustration from the news that I broke yesterday. And I went back to the keyboard today with maybe a bit more fire than normal, maybe a bit more anger than normal, a bit more determination, a little bit more focus. And the thing about that is it doesn't last very long. If you're someone that relies upon anger, that relies upon frustration, that relies upon showing the other guy up, pushing the the naysayers aside, right? If you do something with the mentality of I am doing this to one day shove it in the faces of those who rejected me, right? it's it can be very powerful. It can be something that can be very, very, I think, actually helpful at small points in your journey, right? If you're a writer, I think there are small points in your journey where it can be very, very helpful, where that sort of motivates you to put that little extra effort in there, to push a little bit harder. It can be helpful, but the problem is that it burns out. That type of motivation dies out. At least from what I've seen, I don't know many people that can harness that and hold that in every day and use it. For me, this it's always very, very fleeting, right? It comes in a sort of wave where you get the bad news and you're frustrated for a couple days and you really push yourself, and then it tapers off, right? And then what happens is maybe you're going along and maybe you get into maybe a small slump or something happens and that comes back up, right? That rejection comes back up again. You use that fire to maybe get you out of that slump, or maybe use that fire to get back on track. So it can be helpful, but it's not sustainable. I don't think in that sense it's ever sustainable to keep that fire, to keep that sort of I'm gonna show them up mentality, right? It's like those superhero movies there where the superheroes got a little bit of an edge, they got a little bit of a chip on their shoulder and they use it. But it doesn't last. It will not last you the entire process. Writing with anger is a lot like willpower. It's the same. I think it comes from maybe the same place. Your willpower will not get you to write every day. Your willpower will not get you to write a good novel. It won't do it. I'm sorry. You can't come in every single day to the keyboard ready to grind. It's with that sort of fire, that sort of rocky music playing in your head, whatever you think it is. You can't have that. It does not sustain itself. You can't, over the course of even a year, every single day do it. What sustains you is the habit. What sustains you is the process, the automatic environment that you've set up. That's what will sustain you. The motivation is good. The fire is good. It maybe gets you to the keyboard. Maybe it gets you to the table. Maybe it gets you to the office to write. It doesn't sustain you. What sustains you is simply the habit. It's like anything else in life, that if you get rejected by somebody, maybe you ask somebody out on a date and they reject you, right? And you go home and you vow, you know what, I'm going to get into great, they reject me because they think that I'm out of shape or something like that. I'm going to go to the gym now. I'm going to get in great shape to show them I'm going to get a better looking, person to go on a date with than them. And you go to the gym. Yeah, that gets your ass in the door the first time, right? That gets you to the gym maybe the first week, maybe the 2 weeks, right? Maybe that motivation maybe lasts a little bit longer than that, but it dies off. It's going to die off. At that point, the motivation changes, right? It becomes more about, I'm going to get in great shape, right? And it becomes more at that point of just a habit. You go because the habit's already started. You don't go every day thinking you're going to show up the person that rejected you. Now, that feeling can come back. That feeling can certainly come back. You could still go there with that intention. You could still go to the gym wanting that date with the intention that you're going to get some dates, certainly. But you're not going anymore with that fire. You don't have that sort of burning hatred that you felt in that moment. You can have it at certain points. It can go away and come back at certain points, but you don't have it every day. And so writing with a chip on your shoulder, writing with that fire of needing to prove, to show someone else up, it will never last. So harness it when it happens. Use it. Definitely turn it into something productive. Don't be self-destructive. Turn it into something productive. Make it so that way that maybe your next session you push a little bit harder. Maybe now you start overall you start a habit of going a little bit longer in your sessions. Maybe you extend your writing sessions by so much time now. Maybe you make a vow that you're going to do another pass of your novel and your draft and all that stuff in your anger, right? Maybe you're gonna make this next novel perfect. You make all these vows, use all this anger, but what will sustain it is going to be that habit. It's not going to be the fire that you feel. So, that's all I've got for today. With it, I'll be back obviously tomorrow, and I'm still, like I said, cranking up this draft. I'm still getting this draft done, and I'm querying it. I still got the doubt, still got the self-doubt, still got the anger, still got the, need to show someone else up mentality. Certainly it's today. But even knowing that, I also in the back of my mind, it's not going to last. So I'm using it while I have it. And this next one has more weight to it. This next query, this novel here, when I send it off, there's a lot more weight behind these queries than I had the first time. What that means is I'm taking this a lot more seriously. I don't know how much more serious I could have taken the prior one, but whatever that was, this one is going to be taken even more seriously. But yeah, I'll be back tomorrow.